What's up everybody, this is JT here with JT Invests in You, and today I want to do another video all about Algorand. However, this particular video is going to cover the new Algorand Governance protocol, in which Algorand will have governors that will decide upon the future, essentially, of Algorand, of the Algorand Foundation, how funds are spent, where grant money goes, how future participatory rewards are distributed, and so forth. So, if you just stick around, we'll get right into it. Decentralizing Algorand Governance. The Algorand Foundation believes in a fully decentralized Algorand ecosystem. Such a decentralized ecosystem, in which everyone can impact monetary, technical, and other policy decisions, best enables the Algorand community to shape the shared future of the Algorand network. We have listened to the community and are committed to building a simple, inclusive, and transparent system for the community governance. Titled Decentralizing Algorand Governance, this proposal is based on a combination of Silvio Micali's original proposal and the governance discussions on the Algorand Governance Forum, the Algorand Governance channel on Discord, and several other community platforms. In the coming months, the Foundation will provide further insight on Algorand's journey towards decentralization, which will be accompanied by community engagement activities throughout this year. A published update on decentralizing Algorand governance with a more detailed exposition is available here. The proposal outlines the plan to yield to the community the decision-making power over the Algorand Ecosystem Resource Pool, or AERP, currently entrusted to the Foundation. Decision-making will reside with governors. The Algorand Ecosystem Resource Pool, AERP, includes participation rewards, research and innovation funds, Algo Grant Program, research and social good programs, and contingent incentives, for a total of 3.2 billion algos. The new decentralized governors will decide on how the AERP resources will be utilized and distributed to support the long-term development of the Algorand network. This will be done via periodic voting, whereby the Foundation will then execute responsibly for the benefits of the overall ecosystem based on the governor's decisions. Governors will be rewarded for their efforts based on their participation stake in governance. The Foundation believes that this proposal meets the goal of creating a unique, innovative, and inclusive approach to the governance of public blockchains. In this proposal, all stakeholders are empowered to control the direction of the growth of the Algorand ecosystem and the community of Algo token holders. By making substantial commitments to the long-term holding of Algo and voting, the governor community will all benefit at the same rate from their participation in this governance mechanism. Since all accounts will be able to vote in this decision-making process, we invite all ecosystem participants to read the proposal carefully and to become Algorand governors to participate in the forthcoming decisions.
Alright, so this is the proposal. It's about 5 pages long. I think it would do us all some good to read through it. This is pretty important. So let's just begin. Decentralizing Algorand Governance. Executive Summary. The Algorand Foundation believes in a fully decentralized Algorand ecosystem, an ecosystem in which everyone can impact economic, technical, and other policy decisions that best enable the Algorand community to shape the shared future of the Algorand network and project, while also preventing any one group from exerting outsized influence. We believe the time has come for a radical step in this important mission. We plan to yield to the community the decision-making power over the remaining ecosystem resources currently entrusted to the Foundation. These resources, spelled out in a table below, include the participation rewards, research and innovation funds, and grant programs for a total of 3.2 billion algos. Going forward, these algos are referred to as the Algorand Ecosystem Resource Pool, the AERP, as spoke of before. This ambitious new governance system will be deployed in 2 phases. An inception period for the system will begin in Q4 2021, likely around October. I believe in the video I watched from the Algorand team members that signups will be somewhere in September of 2021, so keep your eyes out for that. I'll likely have a video for that as well. Where some aspects will be implemented off-chain. By early 2022, we expect a complete system to be ready where all aspects will be on-chain and controlled by smart contracts. As soon as the plan below is approved by the community, 2 billion algos from the AERP will immediately be time-locked, putting these funds beyond use by the Foundation. Once the inception period is over and the smart contract-controlled on-chain governance system is established, control of these 2 billion algos will be moved to that system. The remaining approximately 1.2 billion algos will remain available for ongoing activities during the inception period. Once the on-chain system is ready to go, these algos will also be locked into the same smart contract. At that time, all of the AERP will be controlled by a smart contract and will be unlocked only by an approval vote of the governors. This represents the next phase in the vision for long-term algo dynamics that was published a few months ago. Since all accounts will be able to vote in this decision-making process, we invite all ecosystem participants to read the proposal carefully and to become Algorand governors to participate in forthcoming decisions. The Foundation expects the smart contract-controlled on-chain governance system to be ready by early 2022. Governance proposal. The goal of this proposal is to entrust the future of the Algorand ecosystem to participants who are committed to the Algorand network and its vision. To accomplish this, we invite all algo holders to volunteer to become governors and vote on some of the most important decisions regarding ecosystem development. Governors serve for a quarter at a time, committing their algos and receiving rewards to compensate them for their time and their commitment to the role. All voting will be weighted by the governance stake of the participant, i.e. the number of algos that they committed. The Foundation will set up the votes but will not participate in the governors program. Other algo holders may choose to disclose the number of algos they intend to commit to the program in advance publicly. The governance program will move decision-making on utilization of the Algorand Ecosystem Resources Pool into the hands of the community. Algorand Ecosystem Resources Pool, AERP. The following table details the resources that will be controlled by the governors and their current allocation. So we've got participation awards, which is about almost 2 billion algo. We've got the Algorand Innovation Fund, which is about 400 million algo. The Algo Grant Program, which is about 200 million algo. The Research and Social Good Program, another 200 million algo, and Contingent Incentives, almost 500 million algo. The AERP is made up of 5 separate funds, focused on supporting different pillars of Algorand network and ecosystem development, with the long-term goal of building a robust, decentralized, broadly adopted, and utilized public blockchain network. These funds are scheduled to be diffused into circulation between now and 2030. This is outlined in detail in long-term algo dynamics. Maybe that's for another video. These 5 funds are also described in detail in the long-term algo dynamics, but in summary, participation rewards are the fund designed to support the incentives to the community. It has supported the diffusion and the holding of the algo token during the early growth phase of the Algorand network. In 2022, the participation rewards will be phased out and replaced by the governor's rewards that are explained below. The Innovation Fund is a fund designed to support projects with a significant opportunity to create long-term business success built on Algorand. The Algo Grant Program is an ongoing grant funding program designed to support infrastructure development for the Algorand ecosystem and the creation of proof-of-concept use cases to demonstrate the utility and power of the Algorand network. The Research and Social Good Program is a partnership funding to support primary research in key areas of blockchain development and broad cryptography. Also funding in support of partnerships delivering on the vision of an ecosystem that is inclusive and transformative for communities around the world. And contingent incentives are a reserve or contingency fund established to enable the Foundation and the governors to address unforeseen trends or needs that may have a negative effect on the growth of the ecosystem. Role of the governors. Governors will be responsible more and more for major economic and policy decisions. This will be done via periodic voting, whereby the Foundation will then execute responsibly for the benefits of the overall ecosystem based on the governor's decisions. The Foundation commits to keep the voting process as simple as possible. Easy interfaces will be provided. There will be only one voting session for every governance period, and governors will be allowed, if they so choose, to opt into accepting the Foundation's position in every vote. Governor rewards. Governors will be rewarded for their efforts based on their participation stake in governance. The governance program will feature quarterly entry points, allowing participants to join the program and commit their algos for the entire period. The governors will participate in the quarterly vote to decide on the allocation of the AERP and will receive rewards at the end of the period only if they gave a valid vote and maintain the committed number of algos in their governance wallets. This is a transformative step that is putting forward the mechanics and incentives that guarantee a form of governance that is simultaneously decentralized, secure, and efficient, like our consensus protocol. Now, this is important because right here, it states, if they gave a valid vote and maintain the committed number of algos in their governance wallets. Now, by this they mean, in order to receive the governor rewards, you not only have to, upfront at the beginning of each quarter, commit a certain amount of algo to be staked. So say you want to commit 100 algo to be staked. You commit those 100 algo for the quarter, and you have to vote. If you just commit your algo and you don't vote, you will not be entitled to governor rewards. Conversely, if you commit your algo, you do vote, but for some reason you need to withdraw and take your algo out of your commitment, then you will also not be entitled to the rewards. This is great in some sense because your algo aren't locked for 3 months. You technically, say there was an emergency and you need your algo, you need to grab your algo that you have committed to this quarter of governance, and you need to sell some for unforeseen emergency. That's fine. They'll allow you to withdraw your algo. They're not locked in there for 3 months, so you can take them out whenever you please. But the only downside is you won't be entitled to the rewards. The rewards only come if you keep your committed algo there for the entire quarter and you vote. On the bright side, if you don't do either of these, so say you forget to vote or you have to take back some of your algo for, maybe an emergency or something, there's not going to be a penalty. So you won't be penalized, and you can try again next quarter to commit your algo and to vote and to gain your rewards. But just to reiterate, you do need to vote, and you need to maintain the committed amount of Algorand in your wallet for the entire quarter of that governance period. The governance program marks the shift from the early days of the Algorand network to a more mature phase in which the community takes charge of its own destiny, and rewards are distributed in return for verifiable commitment. The shift from participation rewards to governance rewards, however, will be gradual and smooth. From participation to governance rewards. July 14th, 2021, an important day in the history of democracy as the anniversary of the French Revolution, is incidentally the last day for which the current participation rewards have been planned, with rewards distribution of 21,850,000 algo in the last period, the highest of the year. Therefore, until the end of 2021, the Foundation will continue to distribute participation rewards at the same level. The governance program will start in October and will distribute additional rewards to governors. Participants in the governor program will therefore see their total rewards grow significantly above the then fixed level of participation rewards. In 2022, participation rewards will be phased out to be completely replaced by the governance rewards. Now, this is really interesting because essentially what they're saying is the participation rewards, the 6 to 8% you can get on Coinbase or their wallet, will continue until the end of 2021. However, the governance program will start in the last quarter of 2021. So you'll have this overlap period of October, November, and December where you're able to get the participation rewards of about 6 to 8% and whatever rewards you'll end up getting as a governor if you so choose to become one. It's almost like you're able to double dip in that last quarter, which is awesome. Reward frequency. Rewards will be distributed at the end of each quarter to all governing wallets that participated in the votes and maintain their committed number of algos. Governors that miss a vote or fail to maintain their committed number of algos will lose their rewards for that quarter. I've stated that a little while ago. Leaving the program early. Governors will be able to leave the program at any time during the quarter, but those who leave early will lose all the rewards for that quarter. Initially, there will be no additional penalties for those who leave early, making it particularly attractive to commit algos to the program. In the future, however, subject to a vote of the governors, there could be additional penalties. Now let's talk about the governance rewards rate. The reward rate for the governors in a given period will be determined by the willing participants based on the total tokens being committed against the total reward pool for that period. For example, in 2022, approximately 300 million algo will be allocated for governance rewards. That is, approximately 75 million reward algos in each quarter. Thus, in a given quarter of 2022, if there are 4 billion algo committed in governing accounts for that quarter, their rewards will be 75 million divided by 4 billion, which equals 1.875% for every algo committed for the quarter, corresponding to an annualized rate of 7.7%. If there are 2 billion algo committed in governing accounts for that quarter, their rewards will be 75 million divided by 2 billion, which equals 3.75% for every algo committed for the quarter, corresponding to an annualized rewards rate of 15.9%. If there are 1 billion algo committed in governing accounts for that quarter, their rewards will be 75 million divided by 1 billion, which equals 7.5% for every algo committed for the quarter, corresponding to an annualized reward rate of 33.5%. Now, in my humble opinion, in the first year of this governance protocol, we'll be closer to this 1 billion algo committed, and in reality, probably even less than 1 billion, because 1 billion is upwards of about 20% of the circulating supply of algo, maybe even a little more depending on where you're getting your data on how many algo are circulating. But let's just, for rough estimates, say it's 20%. 1 billion algo is roughly 20% of the circulating supply. So if 20% of the circulating supply are staked in these governing accounts, then those governors will see an annualized rewards rate of 33.5%. Now, in my opinion, I think we'll be closer to 5 or 10% of the circulating algo being staked in the governing accounts, at least in the first couple of quarters that this is underway, which means that governors, at least the ones that get in early, have a chance to see an annualized reward rate far surpassing this 33.5%, which is quite unbelievable. I mean, you can just plug in the numbers yourself. If you think, say you think there's going to be 500 million instead of, in this last example, 1 billion, 500 million algo locked up. 75 million divided by 500 million is about a 15% rate of return for rewards in the quarter. When you extrapolate that and annualize that 15% per quarter, that's roughly a 75% annualized reward rate. That's around 10%, at about 10% of the circulating algo supply. If you see that committed in governing accounts, those governing accounts could see annualized returns of over 70%. Now, hopefully, I mean, obviously, governors would love a higher reward rate, but in reality, for what's best for the project is that we get closer to this 4 billion number, because then the decision making is more truly decentralized, because it shows that a good majority of the community is participating in the governance protocol, which would be ideal. Plus, on the other hand, if we did get to about 4 billion algo committed, although the corresponding annualized reward rate would be 7.7 rather than this 33.5, it would likely increase the price of algo significantly. Because if 4 billion algo are being held in staking accounts for 3 months at a time, that means most of the circulating supply would be locked up and would not be sold on the open market, meaning that the supply in which people can buy from is much smaller. And when you have low supply and high demand, because as people get to know Algorand, there will be more and more demand for the algo token. And as there's more demand for the algo token, and as more of these algo tokens are being locked up in the governing accounts, reducing its supply on the open markets, we could see Algorand have significant price action upwards, which honestly is kind of just a icing on the cake for this governance protocol, because the governance protocol is meant to democratize Algorand as a whole, and it just so happens that the likely scenario of a true Algorand democracy also increases the likelihood of upwards price action, and it's pretty amazing. Governing mechanics. Governors will be called regularly to vote on a growing list of tasks, including distribution of grants, ecosystem partnerships, and related fund transfer, node runner, and governance incentives, and more. New tasks to be voted on will be announced by the Foundation well in advance of each vote. To participate in the governance system, a would-be governor needs to 1. Register an Algorand address that he or she intends to use for governing for the current period of 3 months, and commit to holding a certain algo balance in that account throughout the period. This can be an existing address that this participant already has, or a new address that he or she establishes specifically for this purpose. 2. You must participate in the vote that the Foundation calls in for that period. And 3, the weight of the governor's vote will equal the algo stake that was committed at the beginning of the period. 1 algo equals 1 vote. Governors who maintain their committed algo balance throughout the period and participate in all the votes will be able to claim their governance rewards at the end of the period. The Foundation, working with our partners, will strive to provide tools that make these tasks as easy as possible. At inception, portions of the governance system will be implemented via an off-chain mechanism. After that, the entire system will be implemented on-chain. To wrap up here, in conclusion, further decentralizing the Foundation's token supply and other decision rights represents an important evolution for the Algorand network. We are deeply committed to the Algorand blockchain being a fully decentralized network in both its node distribution and voting power. However, the path to decentralization is one that must be carefully paved in the early stages. Before enacting the governance program, the Foundation will call a network-wide vote to approve it. The Algorand network is founded in principles of transparency, inclusivity, and collaboration, and maintained by a dedicated community with a shared vision of a decentralized, borderless future. Algorand is rooted in the idea that the system should allow for changes and avoid inflexible policies, enabling both the community and the protocol to evolve. We take the same approach towards responsible decentralization in fulfilling the mission-driven nature of our envisioned future together. The Foundation believes that this proposal meets the goal of creating a unique, innovative, and inclusive approach to the governance of public blockchains. In this proposal, all stakeholders are empowered to control the direction of growth of the Algorand ecosystem and the community of algo token holders. By making substantial commitments to the long-term holding of algo and voting, the governor community will all benefit at the same rate from their participation in this governance mechanism. In this context, the Foundation submits this proposal for your consideration, recommends an approval vote in the upcoming network-wide vote, and moves on to the next step in the development and maturation of the Algorand ecosystem. If this proposal is approved, we will begin by decentralizing the decision-making allocation of AERP. In sum, we follow the guiding principles and distinct roles where the Foundation facilitates and the governors decide. As always, thank you for your continued participation in the Algorand ecosystem. We look forward to this next step in the network's growth. And I look forward to it too. Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. If you could do me a solid and just hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and maybe even comment down below with what you might have enjoyed about the video, what you disliked about the video, and any suggestions you may have for me moving forward. Now, I love Algorand as a technology, I love the Algorand community, and I love this new Algorand governance proposal. I think truly democratizing public blockchains is the future of true decentralization. Now let me know what you think down below, and don't forget to check the video description for any referral links to different brokerages I use. Those really help me out. I will also leave an Algorand wallet address in the description and maybe a pinned comment down below. Donations would be greatly appreciated. I will use them to build this channel and build it better. You can leave a note when you send something through the Algorand wallet. You can leave a note and I can shout you out in my next video. I'll shout out everybody that donates, and I really appreciate you sticking by. So, I'll reiterate one more time, please just smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will catch you next time.